Hello and welcome back. It is me again, and today we will be discussing Yom Kippur and the origins of Azazel, because that's the character we're playing today. And Tainted Azazel rather, starts with hemoptysis, which I believe means bloody sneeze. Oh, neat. And he has a full room-length laser, but it is very thin. And he can't fly. It's very sad. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind. Oh. If only I had a bomb. It's easy mode. Give me something. It's not hard mode. Come on. Anyway, yes, we are... Since this is the first day of a new character, by the way, I've decided on Azazel because I am going in order from who I believe may be the easiest characters to the hardest characters in order, and I think Tainted Isaac... Wait, I still have half a heart. I think Tainted Isaac is generally overall the easiest of the Tainted characters, and I think Azazel is a close second. So that's why we're starting our Azazel arc. Nice. That is huge for me. Wow. Okay. So we're starting our Azazel arc today, and as I said previously, what I want to do is, for the first episode of a new character, I want to not only play Greedier mode, but talk about the origins of that character. Where does the concept of Azazel come from? And it turns out it's related to Yom Kippur, and if you know nothing about Jewish holidays, well, it's a Jewish holiday. And we're gonna get into it. So it's sort of a combination topic, if you will, a little bit. I'm gonna talk about Yom Kippur first, and then end with Azazel specifically. Just know that Azazel appears in Yom Kippur, specifically, maybe not in the holiday itself, but in the biblical texts where Yom Kippur is defined. But we'll get into that. And indeed, I will get into it shortly. I really want some bombs. What do I do about not having bombs? Ha! Get sneezed on, son. Now, having a key, though. Cheap keys on floor 1. You know? If it works, it works. Get over there. Just in case. Okay, I'll take it. If it works, it works. Okay, don't question it. And... oh! Well, okay, that is truly, well and truly the final time I will need to use that, because... I should now get a lot of bombs, which is wonderful. So let's see. I want to think through how many keys I'll need. So caves, depths, I need womb and dark, so 2 more keys. Okay, I'll just go get that in a minute. There's a bomb, finally. Ah, yes, and hemoptysis. If I manage to get someone with a sneeze up close, then they take extra damage. I forget if it's 1.5 times damage or double damage or what. But it is pretty nice, although it is certainly dangerous. Ow. Dangerous to get in that up close and personal with an enemy. That was an accidental sneeze, and it worked out quite well. Okay, now. I'll take you. Sorry. Sorry, Key. I'll... Oh, I want that too. But oh well. I need only one more key. Hopefully I'll be able to find it naturally. Oh, look at that. That was great. Well, you know, since bombs won't be an issue... No! Please? Speed up. Okay, not bad, not bad. So, Yom Kippur, known as the Jewish Day of Atonement, is the holiest and most solemn day of the Jewish calendar. Nice, 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 nice. It is observed on the 10th of Tishrei. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Which, in the year 2025, means it falls from, I want to say, sunset October 1st through nightfall October 2nd. Which I didn't even realize there was really a difference between those, but you know, okay, if it works, if I guess there's a difference between those two concepts. I'm gonna say no. I'm really tempted. Don't get me wrong. Very tempted. But that's I don't know, man. Nice. Okay. I could use a bomb to try and get that key. Oh, yes. See, Libra does not work well with Azazel. That's my reasoning. Range is a literally useless stat to me, and it would be giving like a quarter of all of my stats to range, which does nothing. That's my biggest complaint. The biggest reason why I won't take Libra as Azazel ever again. Anyway, Yom Kippur. And please let me know if and when and where and how I am mispronouncing anything. Or don't. I guess. It's up to you. Only you can prevent mispronunciation. Whoop. Oh. My sneeze alone isn't strong enough to kill. Very sad. Whoa, gross, gross, gross. But I have infinite range. Which is a very nice change. A very nice change of pace. Not that Tainted Azazel didn't have this before. Not that many bombs, I'll be honest with you. Ooh, that's good too. Anyway, Tishrei is the 7th month in the Hebrew calendar, and Yom Kippur marks the culmination of the 10 days of repentance that begin with Rosh Hashanah, that is the Jewish New Year. I will pretend to know things, but I won't try to, you know... I'm trying not to be offensive, of course. I hope it comes across as funny. Sneeze, and then they all explode. Yes, yes! Delicious bombs. Oh, a tear's down, wow. Oh, and I think if I knock them into walls with my sneeze, it also hurts them, I think. Don't quote me on that. I guess I'll come at it from this side. A little more. Nice. Not enough money, though. Just barely, but that's alright. Excellent. Uh-oh. Not excellent. Never mind. Mostly excellent. There we are. Oh! And the run is won. Wow. one of the rarest and most powerful items in the game, just like that, huh? This game is easy. Anyway, the ritual and theology of Yom Kippur are rooted in the Torah, specifically in Leviticus 16 and Leviticus 23, 26 through 32, and Numbers 29, 7 through 11. Oh, no. Oh, cool. Oh. No. I suppose I will take and use the devil in that room. Maybe I should have looked for hearts first. Oh, neat. And beautifully centered bomb, I must say. I must congratulate myself for that. We go in here and blow out the candles. Uh-oh. Actually, you know, I can work with that. I can work with this, yeah. Now we use this, and we get going. Yeah, this is, well, okay, this has effectively deleted my sneezing ability and replaced it with partial charge, but this is a lot more damage. A lot more damage. Most of this damage is from the Holy Fire, or Sacred Heart anyway. Holy Fire? No such item. Anyway, where was I? So in Leviticus 16, the first passage, Leviticus 16 describes the ancient temple rituals performed by the high priest on Yom Kippur. Leviticus 23 and Numbers 29 outline the commandment to afflict the soul and refrain from work, and list the sacrificial offerings as well. The central theme is atonement, that is kapara, and repentance, which is teshuvah. Right. Yes. I'll accept that. I won't do much with it. I may even forget that I have it, but I'll accept it. No one can say that I won't. And then we take strength, and I lament the fact that I only have one bomb. For now. I know it's a little unwise. Okay, I got a key out of it, you know? So it's worth it. It's all worth it. All of that is worth it. Trust me. Trust me here. I need you to trust me on that. It's worth it. Somehow. Yeah, there's no point in re-rolling unless I desperately want a bomb. Let's start with the ancient temple ritual before 70 CE, that is. So, in the Second Temple period, which is its own thing, don't ask. Sure. Cool. I don't think that really affected me. What I really just mean is that the Second Temple period is its own rabbit hole, if you're interested. I will absolutely take a lump of coal. And birthright. Stronger sneeze. I don't think that actually made my sneeze stronger, but I was curious, so I did it. That's all it was. I could double strength. I could. I'm not interested in it. I don't need range. Luck doesn't do anything for me either. That's pretty good. That would be pretty good too. Okay, and we go. I'll just stand here and hope everything is taken care of for me. So in the Second Temple period, Yom Kippur was centered on an elaborate ritual conducted by the Kohen Gadol, that is the high priest. The key elements of it are the mikveh, the ritual bath, where the high priest immerses himself multiple times to maintain ritual purity. Then you have white garments worn by the high priest. It's a special white linen clothing instead of his usual gold vestments, symbolizing purity and humility. And also confessions and sacrifices. The high priest would perform confessions, that is, vidui. I really have no idea how to pronounce that one. Sorry. I'm surprised that didn't kill. There we are. So he performed confessions, vidui, for himself, his family, the priesthood, and all of Israel, and made a few sacrifices. Whoa, whoa, hold the phone. There we are. Sacrifices included a bull. Are you kidding me? Okay. Sure, I'll just take more. Why not? And yeah, I didn't actually accept that. Let's go gambling. Oh, dang it. So a bull was sacrificed for the high priest's own atonement. Let me take you. Yeah, that's right. Not interested. Let's get a bomb, please. One bomb. I kindly request. No. Wait a minute. Let's actually use this, because I did forget. You know? I really did. Like I said I would. Like I promised. And I deliver on my promises. Maybe I will keep Breath of Life. I mean, there's only 2 more floors of, you know, cursed rooms. What? That's kind of amazing. Here's what I'll do. I wanted bombs. Well, okay, not that kind of... That was targeted. This attempt on my life has left me scarred. I don't remember the full quote, I'm sorry. No! Yay! Okay, cool, neat. Let's go. So, yeah, a bull was sacrificed for the high priest's own atonement, and then 2 male goats were prepared. One was sacrificed to God, the other was designated as the scapegoat and sent into the wilderness, symbolically carrying away the sins of the people. And in fact, this is the origin of the term scapegoat. It is literally a goat that escapes into the wilderness. That is it. That is the entirety of the origin as part of this ritual. More on that ritual later, because that's where Azazel comes from. Spoiler alert. Now let's get through the rest of Yom Kippur. So then there is the sprinkling of blood. Carefully enunciate these things. In the Holy of Holies, the high priest sprinkled sacrificial blood to atone for the sins of Israel. This was the only day of the year that the high priest entered the inner sanctum of the temple. Oh, that isn't increasing my thing. But that is very nice. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's drop you, and then I'll take you, and then I'll enter here. No thanks, and I'm gonna take damage. Just a little bit. Just on the top. Just Just a little bit. Just intentionally a little bit, okay? I don't have a problem. I have a solution. Who is... okay. That was how Yom Kippur was celebrated in the Second Temple era, which was, again, like, prior to, what, 60 CE? So, you know, that's kind of old at this point. Whoa, okay. Don't... okay, didn't spawn another skull hat. That's the only thing I really cared about there. Oh, hey. Again? Oh, okay. I guess not. So, let's talk about now the post-temple observance that is in Rabbinic Judaism. I am struggling with correct pronunciation a little more than usual today. Nice. That is fantastic. Hey, bud. Bye, bud. I really want to swallow this. Please, can I swallow it? Oh. Ah. Oh, I'm a little disappointed he didn't hit me. After the destruction of the temple in 70 CE... ooh, neat. The focus of Yom Kippur shifted to prayer, fasting, and repentance, preserving the theological essence without the sacrificial component. I really want it. I really want it. Please. Pretty please. There we are. I could... okay, that's more health. That's more health. I'll take it. Okay. I have a little more health. Come on. Come on, just swallow it. Come on! I'm wasting all my money here. At this point, I might have a better chance of re-rolling items until I get, like, Mom's purse to show up or something. You gotta be kidding me. Stop. I know this works. I know it. I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm also crazy. Finally. Now we can resume. That wasn't so hard, was it? Okay, so in post-temple observance, there are 5 prohibitions or 5 afflictions. As commanded in Leviticus 23, Jews afflict their souls for 25 hours. The 5 abstentions are eating and drinking, washing or bathing, anointing with oils or lotions, wearing leather shoes, and sexual relations. Not allowed. Well, there's my health back. Fantastic. And there can't be that many more uses for a bomb. Oh. Spiders. Whew. Ow. Ow. Cool. These acts express humility, penance, and detachment from physicality. Also, I have noticed my controller, which is a little old, is now... This is not me pressing it. I mean, I can reset it back to normal, but that is a little concerning. Just a little bit. It's probably fine, though. Because I'm a pro gamer. Next, let's mention the central liturgical elements of Yom Kippur. I feel like I'm changing the pronunciation every time I say it, which is probably true. That I'm changing the pronunciation every time I say it, but whatever. What are you gonna do? This is pre-recorded. You can't fix me. Only I can fix me. So, first we have Kol Nidre, the opening prayer at sundown, annulling personal vows made during the previous year. It's known for its haunting melody. Ooh, get him out of here. Then we have the Vidui, which again are the confessions. And the boss is done before the enemies are. Fantastic. Oh, hello. Multi-pin. Or, the Frail. Whatever your name is. Okay. Oh. And Azazel got flight after all. Ooh. Okay, Inverted Chariot kinda goes hard. But Strength, I think, is... I want to see how much damage I do. No, I also want to see this. I think I'll take Strength into the fight, but I want... Okay, I do have to manually press this. I wasn't sure. I hoped that it would be a continuous stream, but that's okay. I'm a little disappointed by that, but whatever. Oh, let's buy something. You. Only one more needle to get spun, huh? That would reduce my shot speed, which would be pretty nice if I could just have a bunch of very lazy shot speed. Oh, there it is. Yay! Yay! Massive damage acquired. Anyway, so the Vidui, or confessions, are a repeated list of communal sins, generally starting with "we have sinned," and it's a chant that it goes on throughout the day. That is... You know, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. Then we have Al-Chet, which is a longer confessional prayer listing specific transgressions. And finally, the Ne'ilah, the concluding service just before sunset, meaning locking, meant to be in reference to locking of the gates and also of heaven. It ends with a final shofar blast, marking the close of the day, and time to use it. Oh yeah, 45 strength. Themes and emotions of Yom Kippur. Judgment and mercy, number 1. It is believed God inscribes the fate of individuals on Rosh Hashanah and seals it on Yom Kippur. Then, communal solidarity. All confessions are in the plural, emphasizing collective responsibility. And lastly, hope and renewal. Though solemn, the day ends with a sense of spiritual rebirth. Hey, bud, don't come up to me like that again. And now, the exciting part, let's get to how Azazel fits into this. I actually do have a fair amount more about Yom Kippur specifically, but I don't think I'm really gonna have the time. I don't want this to take way too long after the fact. So sorry for anyone that is, like, genuinely interested. Let's see, some of the things that I'm not gonna mention for the sake of time are contemporary practices. I mean, I sort of mentioned some, but not all. I didn't go over all the details. There we are. The devil. And I'm also not going over the Kabbalistic and mystical interpretations of Yom Kippur, and how Israel as the modern nation deals with Yom Kippur. Not going over those. Instead, let's jump to Azazel. Sorry about this, but hey, this is a short episode. And it will entirely be on my ending screen, I guess. This will only take a minute or so, don't worry. Probably just a minute. Anyway, Azazel appears in Leviticus 16. It appears in that goat ritual, the ritual that is the origin of the term for scapegoat. Because the text itself says that one goat is meant for the Lord, as a, to be sacrificed, and the other goat is for Azazel, the text says, and is sent alive into the wilderness after the high priest lays the sins of the people upon it. Here is the exact wording, and Aaron shall cast lots upon the two goats, one lot for the Lord and the other for Azazel. This is very ambiguous, which is, it shouldn't come as a surprise considering Lilith is very similarly ambiguous. It's like these names are just more or less mentioned in passing in the Bible, and then it turns out after hundreds and thousands of years, there ends up being a lot of mythology that ends up surrounding some of these ambiguous names. So scholars and commentators have long debated what or who Azazel is. It could be a location, such as a remote region or rocky desert or ravine. It could be a demon or fallen angel, which are the same thing, biblically speaking. It could be a mythological being representing evil or chaos, or a symbolic abstraction of removal of sin. In some... I've just explained to you the entire biblical origin of Azazel, which is just that. It's that line right there, that's it, and those are the possible meanings. We're done. But I should tell you about the mythology too. So in the Book of Enoch, which is not part of the Christian canon, but did influence a lot of early Christian thought, as well as a lot of Jewish thought, even beforehand. Maybe I should do an episode on the Book of Enoch, because that is a wild ride. Anyway, Azazel in Enoch appears as a leader of the rebellious angels called the Watchers, who descend to Earth and corrupt humanity. Azazel teaches humans metalworking, weapons-making, cosmetics, and sorcery, all seen as tools of corruption. So, metalworking, weapons, cosmetics, and sorcery. These are tools of corruption of humanity, huh? I mean, I could see, two of those being corrupting, I guess. Maybe three. I won't say which ones. But it's just weird. Anyway, Azazel here is associated with moral degradation, particularly vanity and violence. God commands the archangel Raphael to bind Azazel and cast him into a desolate wilderness called Dudael, covering him with rocks until the day of judgment. From 1 Enoch 10:8, we have, and the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. The Dead Sea Scrolls also mention Azazel, specifically the Qumran texts. So the Qumran sectarians, or Essenes, accepted Enochian demonology. Texts such as the Book of Jubilees and the Apocalypse of Abraham further develop Azazel. In Jubilees, Azazel is a leader of demonic spirits, and in the Apocalypse of Abraham, Azazel is linked to idolatry and is depicted as a serpent, dragon, and fallen angel who tempts humans. In rabbinic interpretations in the Midrash and Talmud, we have that the scapegoat is a symbolic atonement, not a gift to demons, yet some Midrashim hint at a darker past with references to Azazel as a rebellious angel or accuser, and then in the Talmud, Yoma 67b discusses the interpretations of Azazel, such as being hard and difficult terrain, derived from Azaz, that is rugged or strong, and El, which is mighty. indicating a harsh place, and rejects the idea that Azazel is a demon to avoid implying Israel's offering sacrifices to other powers. Then we have Kabbalistic and mystical thought, where Azazel is linked to the Sitra Achra, or the other side, the realm of impurity and demonic forces. The scapegoat is a way of appeasing or neutralizing the klipot, the shells that block divine light. I have no idea what I'm reading right now, but cool. And the transfer of sin to Azazel purifies the sephirotic structure and restores cosmic balance. And lastly, in Christian and Islamic thought, in Christianity, let's start with that. The idea of Azazel contributed to the early Christian concept of Satan or the devil, which, yes, isn't in the Old Testament. Not really. I mean, yeah, maybe talking about Satan altogether is yet another topic for another day, because he's like halfway an invention of Christianity. Anyway, and in some Christian traditions, the goat for Azazel became symbolic of Christ, bearing sins as a scapegoat. Yes, a pre-image of Christ. Or foreshadowing of Christ, rather. This isn't quite a pre-image. Then in Islam, Azazel appears in some Islamic traditions as the original name of Iblis, the jinn who refused to bow to Adam. Other interpretations differentiate Azazel from Iblis but maintain his rebellious angel status, and there we have it. One final thing I want to mention is one point in the past, just offhandedly, I had mentioned that Azazel was the name of the angel of death. That was incorrect. If I ever even said that in the first place, I may not have, but that was my previous understanding. And it was simply a mix-up of names, because the name of the angel of death that appears in the 10th plague of Egypt, it is 10, right? It's not 12? Whatever. In the final plague of Egypt, during the Exodus story, the angel of death, whose name is Azrael, not Azazel, goes around and, yeah. Anyway, not the angel of death, but Azazel, mythologically speaking, but not biblically speaking, is a demon or leader of demons, or possibly a Prometheus-like figure. Anyway, that'll do for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I certainly did. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.